video, we're going to look at control structure. Under control structure, we have the first one, which is what? Conditional statement. Conditional statement is a statement that deals with performing is based on the condition you have. Now that particular conditional statement, we're going to look at statement. The first one, if statement. After statement, then we look at if else statement. Then after it, we look at if, and later we look at switch statement also. 3, this 4. With this 4, actually should allow us to cover all the key we have. Even though we have nested if, is another area that we are going to look at, a situation whereby you put an if statement inside another if statement. So not to take long in making this introduction, let's start with a simple if statement. In a situation whereby you have a variable, let's say first number is equals to 13, 23, and you want another second number equals to 12. Perform an operation to compare the two. So we use an if statement if first number is greater than second number. We want the PHP to execute whatever in between these lines. Syntax is like this. You put if, in bracket you put your condition, then inside the block, this braces, you put the block of code that you want to execute. The first number is greater than second number. Close up. So for if statement, you only have one block of code that you're going to print, not one. You have a block of codes that you want to execute, you want to print, or you want to execute when the condition is true. And if the condition is not true, it's not going to print an alternative block of line or block of code. So it only prints one thing when your condition is true. So let's go to our browser. To refresh in order to display what you want to display. So you see 23 is greater than, it's greater than, not greater than that, is greater than, what do you call it, 12. And if you use otherwise, that is if the condition is not true, the browser will not print anything because you didn't provide an alternative block of code that this if statement will execute. So this is a simple if. You have only one condition, and you also have not necessarily one condition. You can have a compound condition whereby you say and first number is, say, not equals to 0. You can have another condition, you use and, or you use this double ampersand symbol to provide and statement. In S2, so this is the first conditional statement we have, which is what? Simple if statement. One is if else statement. For if else statement, we look at the other part where we just add an else statement. That if the first condition is not true, so it's going to execute the second line of code, which is first number is not greater than second number. Fresh. 23 is greater than 12. Yes, because 23 is greater than 12. But if we are to change the condition, the what do you call it, logical operator, first number less than second number, is 23 less than 12? No. So it's going to display that first number is not greater than second number. So run it and see what will happen. 3 is not greater than 12. But we are not supposed to change this one here. If we are supposed to just like increase, have to change, if we are to maintain this less than, is this one less than this. So in this case we say is 23 less than 12, for example, if we are to maintain 12. If it is not true, still maintain what? First number is greater than second number. But to use another alternative way, say is 23 greater than 112? No. So we say first number is not greater than second number. So in this situation, you say 23 is not greater than what? Second number. But it didn't execute exactly what we are looking for, because still first number is less than second number. So if we change this one to greater than second number, is 23 greater than 12? No, it's going to display it here. So 23 is not greater than 112. So this is the second, what do you call it, conditional statement, if else if. So if the condition is not true, it's going to display the second block, the else component. So the next one is we're going to do if else if statement. And if else if is you keep on, if the first condition didn't meet, you test another condition. Let's say we have a third number. First one is 10, the second one is 15, and the third number, let it be 30. You compare between the three, which one is the largest? So in the first instance, you say if first number is greater than second number and first number is greater than third number. If it is true, we say first number is the largest number. Then in this situation, we're not just going to say else, we say else if we put another condition. If second number is greater than first number and greater and second number is greater than third number. In this situation, we say second number is the largest. Let me just copy this one here. Is the largest number. again for the third number, else if third number greater than first number and third number greater than second number. And also we execute another echo and mention the third number is the largest. This one will help us to execute if-else statements as our third conditional statement. So if we are to go to the browser and run, it will say 30 is the largest number. By coming back, if we are to add 1 here to become 115 for the second number, by refreshing, we are going to have 115 in the largest number. So also, if we are to add 2 here to become 210 for the first number, 210 will be the largest number. So this is how to print or to perform what you call it conditional statement using if-else statements. So the next one we're going to see is switch statement. So let's clear this one, or let's just comment this one. To comment a block of line, you press, you highlight it, and say Control /. That will comment a line. So for switch, we just put the word switch. Then we put our variable. We just want to execute it using the first variable we have. We're just going to ignore the remaining ones. So switch statement. On the switch statement, you put the block of code in this way. You put each scenario. The first case is the first number greater than, let's say we will be comparing it with just 10. So after you put the case, you put your condition in bracket, you put colon at the end. If case is greater than 10, we put the block of code that we want to execute. First number is greater than 10, semicolon. Then when we are done with the block of code, we put break. If say we want to put like 100 lines of code or 10 lines of code, we put all the 10 lines of code, the code that we want to execute, then we put break. Then the next one we'll put another condition. Is the first number less than 10? If true, or let's continue to say if it is greater than 20, or let's make it short. If it's less than 10, we'll echo whatever we want to echo. Just first number is less than 10. If we are done with this one also we put a break. So this is how you keep on putting all the situation you have. Let's test only these two scenarios. First number is equals to 2. So let's go to our browser and run. Yes, 2 is less than 10. So if we put 10 here to make this one 12 and run, to run the first one, that first number is greater than 10. We'll have 12 is greater than 10. So Using switch statement, there is a area where you put default, you put whatever condition that is similar to the else statement in this situation. In a situation whereby after putting if else, if else, if else, at the end all the conditions did not meet, you want to use the just else. That is the default. So if the first one, second one, third one didn't satisfy the situation, display another block of code. So this area also you put default, maybe no any condition is true. So this one will display when you don't have any, none of this particular condition is met. For example, let's start with 17. Maybe you want to create a grade, then 60, then 50, 40, like that. When it did not satisfy any of this condition, equals to, greater or equals to, you say first number is echo above conditions are not true. So let's see this one. We have 12 here. Let's see our code. We have what line for second number. Sorry, we need to comment this block of if statement because we have commented first, second, third here, but we forgot to remove the code. So we go there and rerun again. Our conditions are not true. But if we are to increase the value for first number, let's say 72, it will display first number is greater than 10. It will display 72 is greater than 10. Then for 60 also we have to say it's greater than what? Greater than 10 also. But if you want to calculate grading system from the score of a student, so you put the expression that will calculate the grade of that student under each particular case statement. So this is how to use a switch statement as also the fourth conditional statement that we want to demonstrate. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel.